think I need to practice. Yeah, I know, don't adjust your sets. This is the Takom Chieftain Mark 10 build, but because that's all drying and things like that, I can't move it to bring the Chieftain in. Brilliant. Hey you, it's Tony for emodels.co.uk. Welcome to part 15 of the Takom 1/35th scale Chieftain Mark 10 build, in which we shall be finishing off all the little greebly side skirts and stuff like that. What else was there? The back box, and there was something else in camouflage colours. And then we move on to 3 different ways of how to paint a wheel, which is not the way of doing it, but it's 3 examples of, you know, however many ways you can skin a fox. So sit back, relax, get your brews and things like that, and I'm going to go and have a quick wee, because I've been sat here for quite a while and I've got a full bladder and I'm going. I really do need to go. That's had, let me think, that's had about 2 days now to dry off, because work in real life and all that kind of stuff reared its head again. So far, what I've done with this build, I reckon you could get this done in roughly a week, yeah, not even that good. Yeah, certainly no more than 10 days. So far, this has taken me 2 months with all the running around backwards and forwards to work and take care of things at home in real life. It's yeah. It's quite frustrating sometimes. You can see where you need to be, you can see what needs doing, and you look at your schedule and you're like, so far behind. But it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. At least this way, I know the paint should have cured. I'm not doing the usual thing of running into a build. Oh, I need to take care of that fender. I forgot about that. But that's okay. That's okay. This fender needs to go in grey, I think it was. But I still have the baskets to do as well in grey, so it's not a problem. I can do them all in one go. Because I think this decal goes on that fender. The registration number or something like that. Anyway, what was I saying? Nope, it's gone. It's gone. What was I saying? My mind works like lightning, one flash and it's gone. Yeah, at least I know the paint's cured now, because normally I would just belt through this in a couple of days and the paint won't have cured, and then by this point when I start taking the masking off, doing this again with the hands, I will start stripping off the paint layers underneath because they've not cured, and next thing you know I'm right down to bare plastic again and you're like, oh my god. So he's fine, he's fine. Rome wasn't built in a day. Need all the patience in the world. Yeah, so apologies for all the time lapse you've been seeing as well, because you know, literally when I'm masking up, I just drift off into a trance. And I forgot to start talking, and then the next thing I know I started putting the music player on. It's like listening to some music and old goon shows. I do like my goon shows. Ooh, should that have been white at some point? Because I've just seen that flash of white there. Have I been a right Charlie and messed that up? I'll have to check that. So that's that. I think I've goofed up there, never mind. I can repaint it, it's not a problem. What I am finding with these things is they're very, very good at covering. They're very good at painting us. If we look at this white section here, that's white over the grey. Normally white is a really, really nasty colour to work with because it doesn't cover well. Especially if you're familiar with the Tamiya whites. That's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I'm really impressed with these. Same with that brown. That brown going over the top of the grey, it stayed quite brown. Normally the grey underneath would have dulled it down, but it hasn't. It's perfect. So they're very forgiving, those paints. I do like them. Why haven't I used these before? That's the question. That is the question. It's one of those as well, if you build it up in several light coats rather than smacking it all down in one go, just build it up over several light coats. That's lovely stuff. I'm impressed with it. So that's that. It's worrying me because I keep saying flecks of paint on the masking tape. Don't know if you can make that out. That's actually off my glove because I had loads of paint on my fingertips. A little bit of overspray there, that's fine. Take care of that. Yeah, the dab of paint afterwards. He's okay. I might detail that bottle properly by brush. Just get them out of the way.
Was there anything breakable under here? I can't remember now. Nope, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay, that's fine. So this is actually quite late on at night. My mum and dad have gone out to watch my brother play football. I didn't get home from working time, otherwise I'd be there with them now. It's getting on for bedtime almost, and they're not back yet. I do believe my brother's team lost the final, unfortunately, 2-0. Wasn't their day, but to get there in the first place, these two teams started off in a group of 80 in the first round, so the two best teams were in the final. You can't beat that. You can't grumble at that. Second place out of 80, that's not a bad achievement at all. Yeah, I know that's not how football works, because I used to be a goalkeeper a long time ago. If I was 2 inches taller, I'd be famous now. Never mind. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. That seems to remind me of Neapolitan ice cream. I don't know why, because there's no pink in there. That's freaking me out. Have I said that right? Neapolitan ice cream? Probably haven't. I'm going to get some sticks for Fox now. Any second now on his keyboard. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'll do that fender as well. Oh, just headbutt the camera. Do apologise. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So also, just off camera, the upper hull and turret have now been gloss varnished, ready for the decals, and that's going to be the next step with this thing here. Now, you can use whatever gloss varnish you prefer. Usually when I say what gloss varnish I'm going to be using, I get a million different comments, or well, not a million, but you get the idea. It's like a whole bunch of people jump in and say, oh no, what are you using that for? You should use this, you should use that, you should use the other. You use whichever gloss varnish you prefer. I'll be using mine, and then once the gloss varnish has been done, oh, that's not a bit wonky. Yeah, that was a bit wonky. I'll have to redo that part. That's shocking. That's supposed to be straight. That's supposed to be. Oh dear. So yeah, you use your gloss varnish, I'll use mine, and we'll meet for the decals afterwards, because that's the next stage for all this lot. That lot there. Oh, that's my knees. No, it's not. Gloss varnish those, and we'll put the decals on. But I'll be tomorrow morning now when I do that. Because I'm tired, I've had a busy day in work, and my eyes are going, no! So this is like a little chill me out session. Before I go to the beds. Gently, gently. There's a couple of wonky lines, but I can live with that. That's fine. Obviously, you've got more time than I've probably, you probably have more time than I've had, so you can do the accurate measurements and things like that. But that's not too bad, considering. I might just leave that deliberately to annoy Ted. Ted has been in my ear all the way through this. Make sure them lines are straight. Yeah. Ooh, right, that's going to need addressing. That should go white. Got that bit wrong. So I'll have to sort that out, because that will annoy me. It's actually quite therapeutic, this. I'm doing this before I go to bed. Nice little calm me down. So nice and grandly. Nice and grandly. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. And then I can give you a quick tour to show you what it looks like. There we go. Right, done. Wow, look at all that. Right, let's bring this in. Leave the baskets off there like so. So we should now have that. Looks kind of cool. That does look kind of cool. Oh, I do like this. Lovely. Right. Ooh, don't do that. What is that? That was split one. That's a split one. So that's on the other side. That goes on here like so. Ish. Right, that box there. Like so. That box there like so. Oh my. I do like this. Stay. 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 I do like this. I do like this. I like this. Can you tell? Alright, let's bring you back in here. Stick you there. Like so. Oh my. It's starting to take shape. Beautifully. Beautifully. Oh. Get in. That's there-ish. Where's that brown box gone? There's that brown box. Bring that brown box in, slap that there. Something along those lines. That's not quite sitting where it's supposed to because I can't quite line it up without it falling off like that all the time. Oh, beautiful. Right. I'm going to stop fiddling with that and I'm going to go to bed. And when I come back in the morning, we'll do all the decals. All the decals. All the decals. Every decal going ever. All the decals. It's not like it's Rossi's helmet or anything like that. It's, yeah, there's not that many to be honest. But yeah, we'll do that in the morning. I've got my full concentration back.
Trust me, don't burp in one of those. It's just wrong. Right then, just off camera now, I've just primed all these back wheel parts. So these are the ones that are going into the lower hull, inner wheel, and then outer wheel type thing. Yeah, like that. So you got the hull. Yeah, you get the idea. Decided now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a tiny little bit of glue in there just to catch that. I've figured it out now. Chuck that wheel in there like that, glue that in, glue the two wheel halves together, and then I can do my little trick with the thing and the stuff and the what's it called, the paint. Yeah, I know, it's a terrible explanation. Bear with me. Stop it. Somebody's just scored in a kickball. Lovely. Right, so just going to open that gap up a tiny little bit. And it's the usual thing of drop some glue in there, give it a squish, and hopefully capillary reaction is going to suck all that around. If not, we've always got the other side there. So we're completely opposite. So we don't need a huge amount in there to grab the wheel part.
slide that in. Now that is a close enough fit anyway that we shouldn't really need glue, but I know some of you are going to insist on me gluing it. So a tiny spot there, give it a squish. Tiny spot there, give that a squish. Done. So off camera I'm going to do that to the rest of them, but then what my idea is, I still need to prime around that wheel as well. Let's see. Throw the two wheels together, and then using the tyre colour, we're going to smack all inside there, because it's going to be too dark, and the way the trunk lakes work and the skirts work as well, you won't really get to see behind there. If you're a perfectionist, which I know quite a few of you are, that's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. If you want to paint the green, then do so, but for me it's just overkill. Yeah, I don't really have that much time to do all that kind of nonsense, so it's literally throw these two together, paint it all the tyre colour around there, and then do my little trick on here. So for me it's very much a convenience type of affair. It's like a conveyor belt. I can just get everything done all in one go, very, very quickly indeed. So I'm just going to carry on doing that off camera, and I can just whip through it then, and it'll save you sitting through another 4 hours worth of time lapse. Yeah. Right then, I'll show you two different versions of how to do wheels, or how I do wheels. Bear in mind, this isn't the definitive guide by any stretch of the imagination. This is just two of quite a few different techniques. So, what we can do first is, using the NATO green, both are going to be a two-step process anyway. Let's try a few drops on the bottom there. Check the flow's okay. I'm literally just going to, on this one, work the colour in, nice and lightly. Trying to flood the area. And then you've got to try and get in there if you can, which is, trust me, not impossible. It's doable. So that's one version. We let that green dry off. Hopefully some of that was in shot. I'm zoomed in so you can see what I'm doing, but hopefully you can see. Hang on. Just cut a bit. It's better. Right then. So hopefully you can see the NATO green's on there now. Let that dry, and then we mask off the inner hub so that we can do the tyres. The second version is for a quick colour change. Quick colour change. There's going to be about 1 million comments now saying, "Oh, what are you doing that for?" Yeah, it's fine. Quick squirt of X20A. It's amazing to do this live in front of people. Well, I say live, in a video. And then I get a gazillion comments. Shouldn't do it like that. But I've just shown that it works. Cracks me up every time. Lovely, that's clean. Just give me a nozzle a wipe. Lovely. Right, that's a quick colour change done. Its other version is we drop the tyre colour in, which in this case is a MiG 00033. Get that wee mix. That's working okay. So we're doing the tyres first, and we're letting that shade between the wheels, which you're not really going to see between there anyway. Ooh, do you know, I do like that colour. Oh, this is my new favourite colour. Do you like that? Right, so we'll let that dry completely. I'm going to do another wheel with the excess that I've got left over. Oh, I do like that colour. Do you know, for 4 drops of paint, that went quite a long way. That's impressive. Right then, let's get these wheels sorted out. So, we've got one we've painted green beforehand, and one we've painted in the, what's it, rubber and tyres, which is a MiG 033. I'll bring this fella back in. I actually lost my other one that I used for the Yamaha build, and I masked off the brake discs so I could get a couple of different colours on. 20mm too big, 19 is just right. Oh, Goldilocks, liking that. Right, so if I take my wrapping gefaden, that came free with that parcel I received, and this way we're not going to use masses of tape. You can use, I don't know, some kind of paper for this as well, I suppose. Well, just because I've got this to hand, I'll be using this. Yeah, that should do it. I'll just take some Tamiya tape. He says. Cover that hole up. Like so. Trim all that back. How many people are face palming right now? Brilliant. I'll stick that one there. I know it's probably much of a muchness, but yeah, why not? Brilliant. I'll take that excess from there. That's that, and yeah, that works. Because them holes are tiny, I can just use straightforward tape. Get off. Straightforward tape, like so, and then we just pinch these corners over. There's one there. One there. That one there. There we go. Lovely. It's literally a case of whack that over the top. Load your green. Your green. Green. Where's my green gone? Hello, where have you gone? Ha! I found it. It's okay. Panic over. Panic over. I should move those out of the way. So I'll show you very quickly with one, and then I'll do the rest in time lapse. Just doing this again with my hands. I'm sure I should have done mime. Oh, that's bizarre. I just had the He-Man theme running through my head. Running through my head. Running through. Running through. Not walking through. Running through. I don't know. Look at me like that. It's a long day in work. Alright, leave me alone. Couple of drops for this one. 2, 3, 4, 5 should do it. 5 drops. Just for this demonstration. Probably use about 4 then. I'm just going to pop that just there, like so. I know it's probably much of a muchness. This is just a method of doing it. Basically, very light coats. Run round. It violet. It probably doesn't show up too well on camera because green on black. That's a very quick and nasty way of doing that. You can cut to wear. Dry that back a little bit so I can handle it. Bob it over. Do the back edge. Cut square. Dry it back a little bit. Lovely. Air only. Lovely, done. Quick as that, and then you can go through a whole factory line of them. Now for this fella here, let's do a very quick colour change. Drop some X28 into the pot. Just like here. X28 in the pot. Quick whip around. Clean my tip. Langy. Lovely, no grain coming through on my hand. Let me take the rubber tyres, which is a MiG 033. 33? Yeah, 33. Two, 3, 4, 5 should do it. No, 6. 6 for good luck. Just put that out of the way a second. Yeah, I'd love to know where my original thing went. I've literally torn this room apart looking for it. Literally. Right. White post attack. White, not blue. That blue stuff there has some kind of oily thing in it that leaves residue behind on whatever you're working on. So if you use silly putty or white tack, let's give it a little bit of manipulation. Let's get it going. Ah, now, which is the one I've just painted. That's one I just painted because that's neat. I can tell because I've got green on the tyre. And it's not been painted. Oh, sun's out again, is it? Is that you, Terry? Just very quickly going in there like so. Now if you're not too bothered because you've got a skirt in the way, Like I say, this is just another version of Quick and Nasty. There's probably about 70,000 versions of this. Not of this very technique, of how to paint wheels. Now, if you're not too bothered about having that rim green, because technically that is part of the wheel hub, it should be green. Yeah, if you're like me and you really don't give a monkeys about that kind of thing, this is just another version of forgot that was on. Why wouldn't it be on? Because I'm about to start spraying. Burk. Right, so that's that. Quick cocktail stick into the hub. We should have enough white tack on that side to hold that in place. Like so. Whole bunch of them. And again, you can get a conveyor belt going of there you go. There's still plenty left in there to do a couple more wheels as well. And then with a bit of polystyrene block you may have off to the side that I can't quite get to at the moment. Leave it like that, give it an hour or so, job done. Peel away the white tack. So that's two very quick versions of how to paint a wheel. Like I said, there's more than one, there's more than one way to skin a fox. That's just two versions. It's not the way to do it, but these are the kind of things that I find very, very helpful, especially if you've got a job lot to do. Especially on a Panzer IV, when there's like a million of those little wheels at the bottom. So hopefully that will help. Of course, there's more than one way, there's just more. Of course, the third option for painting the wheels is we're painting green like we've done a second ago. I'll finish a sentence one day, What do you mean good? And taking the rubber and tyres colour again, put some onto a palette, and then very carefully, a couple of thin coats should do this. Very carefully just paint that on with a brush. In the background you may well end up hearing my dad shouting at the TV again. FA Cup semi-final day. Now our beloved Manchester City are playing Arsenal, I think it is. Yeah, shows how much interest I have in football these days. Pretty sure it's Arsenal playing. And the downside of doing this is you've got to try and figure out where to put your fingers. Stop giggling. Once you've got one section drying off, I don't think that's going according to plan downstairs, apparently. Right. So that's the rims done. So we'll leave that off to the side for a second or two. Excuse me. And move on. The advantage with these wheels is you do have quite a prominent lip just at the back of the on both sides actually. Use the back of the wheel because that central hub does stand up a little bit higher than the rim. You should be able to rest these wheels down without rubbing off any of that paint we just applied. It's not too bad. I may well have to do some bleeping here. There's all kinds of naughty language going on downstairs. And again, this is one of those jobs where you can put your music on in the background. Take your time. Well, City scored at least one. Oh dear. I know they've had a goal disallowed each so far. Oh my. Like I've just done there, if you do get any on your rim, wipe it off with your finger. I'm going quite croaky. So I'm at that stage of the build now. I'm not too sure yet, editing wise, how I'm going to do this. Chances are you're going to see all the wheels together, you're going to see all the decaling together and things like that. The tracks will be included with the wheels just for the sake of continuity, but the reality is I'm actually bouncing around whilst I'm waiting for a varnish to set so I can do the decaling. I'm working on the wheels. Whilst that's drying I'm working on the tracks. Whilst that's drying I'm working on something else again. This is like a little conveyor belt thing going on. But purely for, I think I will end up doing the continuity edit. I probably mentioned that earlier on at some point. I'll get the continuity edit of me painting wheels. So we're not, you're not seeing me paint a wheel in one video and then another style 3 videos time. If you do manage to get some on your rim, like I say, just wipe it off. It's fine. It's fine. Ooh, don't know what that was. Oh, I finished my cold coffee. Put more paint on there. Right, so we've got that wheel there, that's done. So this first one should be dry enough that I can start handling it a little bit more. It's literally just a case of throwing the paint on. The tread. And again, it's one of those things, stick your music on, put the do not disturb sign, dad berating one of the players. I'll not say who it is, but he really doesn't like that player. To be honest, I don't. I think he was the team we signed him from definitely saw us coming. I definitely don't think he was worth the amount of money we paid for him. Okay, it's my dad yelling his name. Oh, that's rubbish. There you go, that's that one done. This is a little bit lengthier, as you can tell. But it's quite therapeutic once you get into it, but it's just the initial thought of, oh my god, I've got a lot to do. Yeah, once you get cracking on. Don't forget, plenty of breaks. Don't do it all in one sitting. Because if you're like me and your body's beginning to let you down, or already has let you down, plenty of breaks.
And there we go. Hopefully that helped, especially if you know, like I said in the clip itself, or the movie, yeah, why not? If you've got a job lot of wheels, like in a Panzer IV, where you've got like 1,000,000 wheels at the bottom, gone completely off screen, so you can't see my hands. Brilliant. It'll help you, hopefully, you know, with the round masky type thing that I used, wherever that's gone. That's disappeared though, so weeks ago since I used that. But the circle template should help you if you're doing a gazillion wheels all in one go. Bear with me. Excuse me, stop it. Right then, so next time I think we're doing the barrel and the decals, and then hopefully we're not going to be too far away from getting that series finished. I had no idea I'd filmed so much. I was going through all the folder then and splicing together 2 episodes at the same time, so we get part 15 and part 16 that I'm editing together at the moment. I've got a gazillion gigabytes of things to go through raw footage. I said data then. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to blow my organ. See you next time. Ooh, before I forget again, because I keep getting told off for it. Bob along, see my mates at emodels.co.uk. Spend some money with them. Lovely bunch of people. If they don't have it, you don't need it, or they've sold out, one of the two, pay them a visit, drop them a line, send them some cake. They love cake, I think. Do they? I don't know. I'll see you next time. Love you, bye.